Ever wonder what happens if you force fat and water into a freezing hug? Spoiler alert, they don't exactly get along. But today, we're going to use that exact rivalry to make a rich, thick, restaurant-quality chocolate mousse right in your kitchen in just a few minutes. You only need two things from your pantry: chocolate and milk. There are no eggs to crack, no flour to sift, and absolutely no baking involved. This diagram shows the hurdle we have to clear. Chocolate is mostly fat, and milk is mostly water. In nature, these two substances repel each other, bouncing right off one another instead of mixing. If you just toss them in a bowl together and hope for the best, you'll end up with a chunky, separated, unappetizing liquid. Turning these natural enemies into a smooth dessert requires a specific method. It is a literal science trick to break the rules of nature. The first step of our trick starts with a little heat. We are going to warm up our milk until it is almost boiling. Next, we pour that hot milk directly over some finely chopped chocolate. The secret here is patience. Just let it sit there completely undisturbed for 1 full minute. That heat has a specific job to do. It takes the solid fat crystals inside the chocolate and melts them into a fluid state. Even though our chocolate is melted, the fat and water are still sworn enemies. If we stop now, we just have a bowl of separated hot soup. We have to physically intervene. This is where your magic wand comes in, a simple kitchen whisk. When you start whisking, you are violently breaking up those melted pools of chocolate fat into microscopic, invisible droplets. This diagram shows how metal loops act like a blender, shattering large fat droplets to spread evenly among blue water particles. By mixing rapidly, we force tiny fat droplets to lock arms with the water, trapping everything in a stable grid. You do have to be careful, though. If you overmix it, you will break that delicate grid apart, and your dessert will turn out grainy instead of smooth. Sheer mechanical force takes two hostile liquids and forces them to become a single unified batter. To secure our new mixture, we take our bowl and place it into a larger bowl filled with ice water while we keep whipping. That ice bath rapidly drops the temperature. While trapped inside the water grid, the mixture rapidly thickens into a heavy consistency, like cake batter. Before it sets completely, we pour that thick batter into serving cups and lock them in the refrigerator for 2 hours. During that time, the cold air does the final heavy lifting. It completely freezes those suspended fat crystals in place permanently, which gives the mousse its final shape. We never needed an oven. By manipulating the temperature up and then down, we built a solid structure out of pure liquid. Pull those cups out of the fridge and look at this. It is thick, jiggly, and holds its shape on a spoon perfectly. This 2-ingredient creation looks and feels exactly like a $20 dessert you'd order at a high-end restaurant. Here is the secret of the pastry world. Underneath the elaborate plating and expensive garnishes, professionals are often using this exact same basic emulsion trick. You can easily dress yours up at home, too. Add a pinch of flaky salt or drop a few fresh berries on top to elevate the look. Understanding how to mix fat and water gives you the power of a professional pastry chef, using nothing but basic, everyday kitchen science. When you finally take a bite, your spoon slides right through. It's incredibly dense, perfectly smooth, and packed with pure chocolate flavor. It all comes down to 4 simple steps. Heat the milk, melt the chocolate, whisk them into an emulsion, and lock it in the fridge. You don't need fancy stand mixers, double boilers, or specialized baking gear to make this happen. So go raid your pantry right now. Grab some chocolate, grab some milk, and try this delicious science experiment for yourself.